Of my presentation this morning is preparing for global opportunities. Preparing for global opportunities. So while he's trying to just give him a moment so that he can project the slide. Now that we have seen the title of the presentation, um, I'm happy because the hall is full. I would like us to, maybe one or two persons, to tell me what you like to get from this presentation. I don't know if before now you were privileged to know the seminar topic, but now that we have it projected, can you please tell me what will be your major expectation from this seminar? It's going to be a brief one. I will not make it long so that we'll have time to discuss. Can somebody share? Yes, please. Just tell me your name and what one thing you are looking for. What are global opportunities? Yes, thank you very much. Lovely question, because that's one of the objectives. Please, let's to the next slide. Um, do we have another person? We'll just go on. So you can see the objective of this presentation. For me, at the end of this brief talk, I would like us to understand the benefits of global opportunities, and then to develop the skills and knowledge required for eligibility for global opportunities, and then to identify the different types of available opportunities. That's the question he asked. And then to set goals and action plans that would prepare you for global opportunities. If you can get that at the end of this session, I'll be very happy. And now, so I'll just go straight to the benefits. We say prepare for global opportunities. And so for some of us, we may think, oh, I don't want to go. Don't be surprised, because there are a lot of, I've met people who say they don't want to leave their vicinity. They don't want to leave their locality. So assuming they are from Illusion and they are here, you meet people and they say, look, I don't want to travel. I've met people like that. So if you've not met someone, I've told you today, I've met people that do not want to leave their comfort zone. They don't know what is out there and they don't want to go out. So, but I want to just share briefly some of the benefits from my own experience. So maybe when you hear this, hear some of the things, you might be inspired to desire the global opportunities. So one of the benefits of global opportunity is that as students, because we are here as PhD and master's, postgraduate students, it will give you opportunities for research collaborations. So you're not just writing seminars in groups with your classmates. You can have opportunities to begin to collaborate, to do different projects with different universities, different students from different places. And then to give you international experience. So we'll get to the question he asked to say, what are the type of opportunities? Because there are different types of opportunities. You have opportunities for internship, you have the grant, you have a long term, you have short term. There are different types. There are type you go for training, you go and you are coming back with a certification. If you, after now, because we're talking about it, you take a moment, I'm going to share some links to you and some sites. You go and check, and then you see the different types, and you begin to look at the areas you're interested in. And so one of the benefits is that you build a network of colleagues and collaborators. So from my recent experience, by the time I got back, I was just trying to put to number how many different people I've gotten collaborations with. I found out I counted like 10 countries as at the time I got back, 4 in Canada and 6 in West Africa, from the opportunity I got. And then you'll be able to access funding, resources, and partnership. Because once you get one global opportunity, if you go after now and look at the requirement for various grants and awards out there, they will tell you that if you've gotten a scholarship before, a grant or an opportunity to have gone out, you will have an added advantage. So what does that give you? To give you credibility. And then to increase your chances of success in publishing and grant applications for other opportunities. So let's just go straight to the main meat. And so, because the time is very short to discuss this, I was trying to pour in as much as I can in this segment, which is the soft skills for global opportunities. Remember, one of the objectives of this presentation for me was that you'll be able to have an idea of what you need to build for you to be eligible. And so for soft skills, one of the things that jumped out at me from this experience was you need to optimize your communication skills. You need to build teamwork, skills. You need to know more about different cultures, and you have to build a lot of soft skills. And what are these soft skills? And so for communication, what are we talking about? Ability to be able to explain yourself. That communication in itself is very deep. So we can do a master class on communication, but I've just put some bullet points to just direct your mind to some of the things you'll be thinking about, to provide constructive feedback, to resolve conflict. Are you technology savvy? I was looking at a particular application recently, and this particular opportunity, they even said, look, the ideal candidate should be able to use technology to write proposals, reports, and all that. And remember, this particular opportunity I was looking at, they were targeting Africans. So why are they going that far to say you must be able to use technology, use your system to do your report, to research? That means they find that probably some people struggle with it. Maybe some of us will still struggle with these assignments. We can't do our report by ourselves. And when you go out there, you're on your own. Nobody will assist you. So if you want to have those kind of opportunities, high time you start struggling to get the hang of everything concerning technology. And then your digital footprint, your personal brand matters. So remember, we're talking about communication, how you brand yourself. Because while you are here and you're applying for anything, remember that someone is researching you. And so what is your brand like out there? And so for teamwork, you must have the ability to share credit, ability to compromise, ability to work as a team. You see, you find out that as students, you might have noticed that when you put some people in a team for seminars, some people cannot work together. A group of 10, you find out that somebody is lagging behind, the person is not contributing. So ability to be able to apply yourself in team, to volunteer, to these things that you are doing it, you are building your leadership skills. And then one of the soft skills you need to pay attention to in this segment is also your mentorship. What kind of relationship do you have? Mentorship skills. So are you a mentor or are you a mentee? Do you have mentors? Do you have someone guiding you? Do you have an accountability partner? How are you growing? And then what is your relationship generally now with let's talk about this class now. You are in school right now for a program. What kind of relationship do you have with your classmates? Because you begin to see as you go along how things like this matter. Because someone that will give you an information is someone that will assist you if you are struggling with a particular assignment. And then one of the things you need to learn, remember we're talking about soft skills for global opportunities, is how to prepare your profile, your CV. You need to know how to write about yourself. Now you've gone to school, you have so many degrees, you probably have 15, 20 years experience, 2, 5, 10 years experience. You must be able to write about yourself. You are that candidate that you want the whole world to invite for something. So how do you project yourself? Nobody will write it for you. You are the one that will write about yourself. And so you must be able to write your statement of purpose, because there can be various opportunities. I'll present to you different types of opportunities that are out there. When you're applying, you must be able to write about yourself to say, this is why I want this particular thing. This is what I want to gain from it. This is what I'll be able to do with it. And then you must be able to present your leadership experience. And then finally, I would like to talk about the resilience aspect, problem-solving skills to navigate setbacks. We all know that as we are here, like this morning as I was coming here, I encountered a particular setback, but thank God I was able to navigate it. So these are some of the soft skills you need, because at times you plan something may not go the way you plan it. And then talking about intercultural skills, you have to research and be aware of cultural differences. The way we are living here now, if you are thinking of opportunities out there, you might see something entirely different. And so now, because you are preparing for these opportunities, you must start looking at the news, reading widely, and looking at the kind of things that are applying in different parts of the world, especially where you are applying to. And then mental preparation and flexibility. So this flexibility is very key, especially for women. So for ladies, most of us who are married, or we have one child or one thing or the other, you're preparing for a global opportunity, you are just applying, but you are not making preparations to say, oh, when I travel, what's going to happen to my family? What's going to happen to my child? And probably maybe this opportunity is for you to go away to have time to study. You don't want to have this kind of opportunity when you've told them in your application that I can sort, I'm okay. Some of the applications I saw, they will ask you to actually commit to say, oh, you have a child. You have someone that can look after your family for, they'll ask, are you the primary carer or secondary carer? Do you have someone that can look after? So imagine that you have said, I have someone that can look after. And then the day of when you are going to the airport, you now carry your child. And maybe the opportunities for you to go to have time to research, come back. In fact, there was what I was looking at early this morning. They said the candidate must be prepared for intense research work, and you come up with a thesis of at least 40 pages in 6 months. So you can imagine this kind of thing, and you have a grant, and then you are going with a child. So it's when I talk about mental preparation, these little things, you may look as if it's not, but when you see the scenario plays out, you will now know that it's important, and it can cause a lot of embarrassment. So right now you have to start thinking about it. Then you have to be able to present your qualification, time management, setting timelines. So we're going to be talking about opportunities. Most of the opportunities, I'm going to show you a few. You always see timelines. So for whatever we are doing at this stage, while we are here now, you must be able to optimize your management skills. And you will always see see them talking about references, recommendation letter. So at this point, if you don't have people's skill, if you don't have good relationship with your mentors, your supervisors, who will recommend you? Will you recommend yourself? So you must also learn the art of writing your own reference letter, because depending on the opportunity you are looking for, you may want to show certain opportunities or leadership experience you've had. And your supervisor or the person writing it for you might be too busy, might tell you, oh, can you quickly give me a draft? What is this thing about? I will write it. And so if you cannot write anything and you are waiting, we'll go, if we have the time, I'll probably say a bit about the mentor-mentee relationship, how this can help you. So while you are looking for the mentors or someone to advise you, which I would recommend, you must also be able to apply yourself to help the relationship. So let's run. I projected some resources available to help you find global opportunities. So you have different ones: collaboration, fellowship, award, and you have the slide to go and look at these various database for research based funding agencies, World Academy of Sciences, Fulbright Program, British Council. I found out that most of the embassies, if you follow the US Embassy and then the UN, World Bank, most of these international organizations, from time to time, they usually have different opportunities. It can be even training. Most of them is not even traveling. It may be just certifications, and might be free or might be funded. So you look at it. And then the next slide is talking about the existing research collaborations. So I took time to look at some that are still existing, because when these opportunities come, they'll give you a deadline. And so as at last month, by this morning, I found out that a lot have expired. I have to reduce it. Just give us a few, and we'll take time to look at them later for the current research collaborations you can look at, and the fellowship. They are there. The Bright African Doctoral Research Fellowship is there. British Council is there. And then if you go to the next slide, I'm projecting for you the local opportunities in Babcock University. So some of us may not be aware. While we're talking about global opportunities, we actually have opportunities in Babcock. When I was here, it was not available. But as I was engaging with the management, I found out that right now you can actually have Babcock University research grants. And the research grant, like you see, supports team research to the tune of at least 2 million naira per research group. Up to 20 research teams can be sponsored. So watch out, the details will be coming soon. So you can see part of the soft skills I talked about was team work, team building, we're going to work in teams. And the university has even inspired us further to say they are going to give you grant of up to 2 million if you pair with someone and look at a particular project, because I believe two heads are better than one, and if you come together, the impact will be higher. So you have the BUCPGS Provost Award, which support impactful PhD research to the tune of 1 million naira, and 10 awards are possible. So for our PhD students, candidates in the hall, I'm sure if I don't know if this opportunity is available to people that are yes, because we still have some ideas. The 1 million will go a very long way. We'll come and discuss that further back. So I brought out some links for you to look at, links to global opportunities, and some of them are are still valid. I can see some of them, the deadline is closed, but I have a few that I saw that the deadline is in February. Do we have any lawyer in the house? If you are a lawyer, you are female, let me see your hand. Okay, I have good news for you because I saw one grant that I feel you'll be interested in. I think the WAPA grant, the Lawa grant, Leadership and Advocacy for Women in Africa Fellowship Program 2024. You still have time to apply for that because the deadline is in January 19, 2024. I took time, some of them have looked, I took time to look at some of the requirements for the different ones, early career. There's even a conference coming up in Canada if you're interested, you want to travel. And there's this fully funded Obama Foundation Scholars Program. That one is December 15th. No, not for lawyer. The CAS conference is for social sciences. The CAS conference. So I believe I don't know if the slide will be shared. I don't know if the slide will be shared. You can have after now circulate the slide because the links is not something you have to have it to be able to click on the link. Yes, and so you can have the information because I would really like you to go and look at those opportunities. I have 9 opportunities for you there that are valid in different areas. And the way this thing works is you may see something, even though it's not in your area, and then you know someone that this is the person's area. Like the one for women I talked about, that one is for women in human rights. You understand? So that's not my area. So immediately I saw someone forwarded it to me. I was like, this you should go, you should go. But she didn't understand that. Immediately I saw it, I knew it wasn't for me. So I was now looking out for people that are in this sector that can help. So that's what this is really about. Preparing for global opportunities. Once your mind is open, your mindset is open to it, as you are looking out and sifting through all the opportunities that you are seeing, you'll be seeing a lot of things that are not related to you. You'll be identifying people that is related. So if we're in this call now, you form a cohort of, let's say, 50 or 10, you have friends, and you must know what they are interested in. You must know their area. So that when you see something that is related to them, you forward to them. And when they see something that is related to you, they also forward to you, and together. So when you are preparing for global opportunity, it's not something for you to be selfish about, because there are times that, like, you can see the beauty opportunity that has been presented. Some of them are even group things. And so if you are not open, because with due respect, some of us, we like to hide things, we don't want to share, we are the only one that wants to enter the promised land. So with this kind of work, if you are preparing for something like this, you have to be open when you work with people, because there are some that you may not understand. Meanwhile, you tell your friend and tell, this is very simple, and the person just demystifies it for you. So please, let us be open, and as a group, I believe we can do this together. And so I have action plans for you. Next slide, sir. So, because I want us to talk, it's going to be short and sweet. I'll be happy if you can just ask some questions to inspire you further, because it's not something you can learn in one day. It's just to prepare your mind to have a certain kind of mindset and enter a new attitude as you look forward to the opportunity. So I've recommended here for action plan after hearing this, first of all, to find a mentor. Who is a mentor? A mentor that has probably had that kind of opportunity and understands, that will guide you, like an accountability partner that you can say, oh, I'm doing this, and person will ask you from time to time. And then you can see the second thing I said is volunteer, be visible. Because all the opportunities I've researched in the last few months, they're always big on ability to volunteer. What have you been doing? What kind of leadership skills do you have? And from back this way, this part of the world, you see people, they don't want to do anything except they see money. But most of the things, personally from my experience, you see, if you listen intently to my profile, you find out that I served in Eastern in the expo for over 10 years. Because when I came for my PhD in 2018, after then, I think I just took a backseat because I was doing full time and everything was flashing. I couldn't go for the meetings anymore. So I took a backseat. But before then, I had been heavily involved. And so when I was involved, remember that those kind of things, you're in one organization, you're working in the church, you are this, you are that. Nobody's paying you €1. Your time, your skills, everything. But guess what? While I was doing this thing, I didn't know I was building certain skills. I did not know. But it was when I saw opportunities and conflicts and issues came up, I found out that, oh, because I've sorted this thing out from here, I suddenly knew those things. So one of the action plans I want you to get from here is what I'm looking for. I want you to be visible, even in Babcock University. So we might be in school as full-time students, and then some of us are also working. So wherever you are, apply yourself as much as you can. You are in school now, don't be detached from the program. If they say they are looking for association students and the student union or the leaders of this PG, try and volunteer something. You may not even be part of the leaders. It may be that you have an information. It may be that you have an organization. You know a company. Your uncle is somewhere. He can help. You can assist the school. Such things. While you are building those things, you do not know. Subconsciously, you are developing certain skills. And the third one I said is set and develop a research a goal and develop a research agenda. So there are two things in that third plan because you have to have a goal, and then because you are a student, you have to have a research agenda. If you don't have a goal, for instance, if you are a full-time student and you are planning that by this time next year you want to graduate, you must have a goal. What will I need to graduate? I must start on my seminars, I must do my thesis or my project, I must do this, I must do that. You have a goal. If you know that you have to publish, maybe you need a scopus paper or category A, you have a research agenda. You know the kind of friends you have, the kind of discussions you have. So that's your agenda. And then you have to plan to work with like mind. And then the fourth one says set timelines for finding opportunities. So for instance, now I've given you 9 opportunities this morning. You probably will see one. And that one you will see will probably say February 24th. And then you take it that February is far. You won't start doing anything about it. No. You can just start ABCD. With 2, what will I do? I will talk to my supervisor to give me reference. With 4, I will gather all my materials. So you don't wait till last minute, because if you wait till that last minute, you'll be thinking there's time, you will not be able to. And by the time, if I'm your mentor, after this discussion today now, I say we are friends, let me help you. I send you more opportunity. Later I ask you, did you apply? No. I sent you like 6 times. Do you think I would like to send you anything again? I will not. So you have to set timeline, apply yourself. It's even better you try and they don't give it to you than you say, I did not submit. So please, let us, your time management is very important for you to excel in this aspect, because everything you see will be timeline. You will see some before you look at it, it's expiring in 2 days. And you want to apply yourself, and I will encourage you, even if you feel you are not eligible, try and go through the process to the end, because while you are reading all the requirements, you find out that you are noticing certain things. Oh, these people said this. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, you start noticing certain skills, areas where you need certifications, because you check the eligibility, the requirements to the end. And then you can have certain timelines like preparing to submit an application a month. I've given you 9 this morning, for instance. The good thing is if you go to those links, when you click and you look down, you see different links to different other applications. So you must see something for yourself. And like I said, it's not just, it may not be big, it may be an internship, it may be a training, it may be something, but all these things will be giving you the kind of exposure you need to push you further to where you want to get to. And then I said you subscribe to newsletters related to your area, to your interest. So you go online as you use a Studios magazine, because as you are going through those newsletters, you will see different opportunities. And in conclusion, as you know, right now the world is a global village, and as postgraduate students, I believe we all possess immense potential to thrive in a global landscape. So we need to embrace the challenge, step outside our comfort zone, and prepare to embark on an extraordinary journey towards global success. By broadening our horizons and developing a global mindset, we can unlock a world of possibilities that will shape our future success. By developing the right attitude and soft skills, getting a mentor, and actively engaging in volunteer activities, using the available resources and taking action to apply for opportunities, your success is predictable. Thank you.
Okay, so do we have anybody in the house that would like to add to that or ask questions? Can raise your hand, please. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, for the presentation. We are blessed to have you, ma'am. God bless you. Yes, I want to ask if I to choose you today as my mentor. Will you accept me? That is one. Okay. Then secondly, are there opportunities for women that can allow them or give them the privilege to travel with their families if they...
Thank you very much. In fact, I'm looking for people that are serious to be mentees. Now, the mentor thing is not to clap, it's work. Because you are looking for global opportunities. And I'll probably, the first assignment will be that I will bombard you with opportunities. You will now have to work to sift it out. Because, sorry, sir, I forgot your name. You said you are... Okay, Mr. Sidney asked for what, he wanted to know the various opportunities. So one of the things I would like to do because of time is to categorize them because there are various ones. Like I would like to do this presentation, for instance, to the MBA. So what career people, not people that are in academics. There are actually global opportunities for career people. There are global opportunities for business people. And even, I don't know if there's one DHL grant. There's something I saw recently. I was discussing it 2 weeks ago. It's a grant for SMEs. And so you see, the organization wants to merge postgraduate students doing their MBA with SMEs. In fact, when I saw it, it's not my area, but I could venture into it because they said lawyers are also wanted. So when I looked at the thing, it's by DHL. I think it should be, if it has not expired, it should be among this one. I'm suspecting it has expired, or it's expired November 30th. So there are different categories. So as a mentor, now it's not just you. Even I would like us, if we are serious about this, to form something like a cohort, a group. So the people that are serious, because between you and I, it's not everybody that is interested in this global opportunity. And now, my own, when I'm talking about preparing for global opportunities, please, it is not to japa. Yes, because if you want to come, if you know you want to japa, I'm not an immigration japa consultant. No, my own is I'm Nigeria centric. If there's anything like that, I believe in this country. I believe that we can go develop ourselves as a country, as an institution. Remember that if you are here, you're going to be going for Babcock University. So imagine that you have an opportunity and they say come and stay for 6 months, 3 months, and then you go, you are sneaking your full family. Then later you go asylum, you say, they even wanted to kill you before. You don't want to go back. So it's good for us to have this conversation. But if you want to relocate and you want to migrate, yes, we can also have that conversation. There are consultants, there are people that can advise you, and there are ways and routes you can go about it. But remember, like I started with communication, your personal brand. The world is not a global village. Everything you do is out there. So if you know that you are planning to relocate your family, that's another thing entirely. And there are certain kind of opportunities, because I saw opportunities for 24 months, 2 years. And so at some point, they know you have the family, there might be an opportunity for you to come back, to come and visit, or they come and visit, or maybe after your program, you look at it. But you have to be upfront with what you want to do. So I don't know if I've answered that question.